Welcome back to Hilton Fallsview. All right, guys, we are back at the Hilton Fallsview. It's been a minute since we've been here, and I really wanted to come back here because if you check out my YouTube channel, we went here maybe about a year and a half or so ago, and it's probably one of my most popular videos on my channel. So you guys obviously like this place, so I thought, let's show you guys a different room, come back, see if there's anything new going on. We do have a concert we're going to a little bit later tonight. I will get into that shortly. For now, let's start with a little bit of a room tour. So we initially booked just a standard king room. We went to the front desk, asked if there were any complimentary upgrades available. Without hesitation, the person checking us in was able to get us this beautiful corner suite with a jacuzzi tub. So really excited to show you guys this room. It's really, really nice. Let's start with the entryway. So nothing too exciting here. You got some artwork, you got your door, your locks, typical stuff like that. Nothing too fancy. You have a decent sized TV. It does look like it might be maybe a little bit older style, but it still does the job. I mean, how much are we gonna really watch TV? We're in beautiful Niagara Falls, right? A little bit of a dresser here if you do need to store any of your stuff, ice bucket, waters. I will mention though, if you do take a water, it is $5 unless you are diamond, gold, or silver Hilton Honors members. So if you are, maybe if you aren't signed up, I would definitely encourage you to sign up. Over here, we have just a regular couch, so it appears, but this is actually a pull-out couch. So if you do have other guests staying with you, because this is a king room, you do have the option of the pull-out couch. Now I'm going to show you the view a little bit later. I don't want to spoil it, so don't look over there yet. You do have the coffee machine in the room. Not one of my favorite styles of coffee machine. You know me, I like the pods, whether it's Keurig or an espresso or whatever the case is. But you know, that's just me being fussy. Still good to have a coffee machine in the room itself. You do also have a mini fridge in here as well. I do have a few things stored in there as well. Keeping it cool. But anyway, there is a mini fridge in here, which is great if you have any leftovers. You have some drinks in there. Good to have that in the room. There is a workstation here as well. Again, I don't want to spoil the view for you yet, but this whole wall is glass. This is all window. So if you want to sit here and get some work done, it's not a bad view to do it. Again, a little bit of storage here. Probably not going to use it too much because I mean, it's pretty small. What are you going to put in there? You do have two bedside tables. There's no USB plug, so this is probably a little bit of an older style with these lamps with just the regular outlets, but that's fine. I mean, most people probably have that little block to put your charger in anyway, so it's totally fine to have that. And you know, they provide an okay amount of light, nothing too bright, but decent enough. There is a nice big king size bed. I won't put my shoes on there because they're probably a bit dirty, but feels pretty comfortable. I do remember sleeping decently at the Hilton the last time, so I'll let you guys know in the morning how we slept and everything, but seems pretty good. Pillows nice and fluffy. Let's make our way to the rest of the room. This chair, it's definitely probably more of a space filler. I can't see anybody really just sitting there. Maybe if you want to throw your clothes there while you're getting ready, just to see, you know, like, I don't know, or watch TV while someone's in bed. I don't know. It's an option. It's a chair. Again, another decent view, which we will get into that a little bit later. The closet itself, can mind the mess in there, but decent amount of space. You do have a safe in there as well. So if you are at the casino, you win a few bucks, you can hide it in there, keep it nice and safe. There is an iron and an ironing board as well. Now there's no full length mirror, but there's a pretty big mirror here. So if you do want to check yourself before you go to, you know, the casino or go for a meal, you can get a pretty good full body view of yourself anyway, even though it's not quite a full length. Let's check out the bathroom. So this is what would be considered an upgrade. You do have the stand-up shower as well as the jacuzzi tub. Now the last room we had, well, originally booked, was just a stand-up shower. So this is considered an upgrade, as well as being the corner suite with, you know, beautiful views, which we will get into later. Sit tight, just wait. It's a decent size. I mean, cleanliness-wise, it does look like it probably could use a little bit of work. There's a little bit of like, I don't know what that stuff is, like the black stuff you get in your shower, not mildew, or maybe mold, I don't know, but it's a little bit in there. Definitely a spacious tub though. I mean, like, I'm about 5'10". I don't want to sit down though because it's a bit wet still, but a decent amount. You could probably fit 2 people in here quite comfortably. Have the jets in there, which is nice as well. There is the communal stuff. So some people have a lot of mixed feelings about this. I don't know how I feel. As long as everything is kind of kept close, properly. It doesn't feel like anybody can just tamper with this because, you know, you don't want to be having people put weird stuff in there or anything like that, but it is communal stuff, so you aren't going to be able to take it home, unfortunately. It's Crabtree and Evelyn, which is a nicer brand, especially for, you know, as hotels are concerned, so it's not bad. You've got your shower gel, conditioner, shampoo, so pretty standard. Some extra towels over there. Not too bad. Here you do have some stuff that you can probably take if you do want some souvenirs. It's just a hand soap though, but once again, you know, if you're going to be using this, probably not going to take it home. And that's probably it really in here. There's no hair dryer that I can see anyway. Is there another full length here? Oh no, I lied. So you do actually have the hair dryer behind the door. There's no full length there, but there is a hair dryer on the towel rack, so you're okay. Now for the piece de resistance, the reason why you booked this room to begin with, that's the view. Follow me. So as I mentioned, you do have quite a lot of views, you know, to take advantage of. There is the window over there behind the chair there, which you're going to be basically looking into the residential area of Niagara Falls. You're going to see a lot of houses, things like that. Probably not too exciting, probably not the reason why you wanted to get that view. Once again, even here, you're not seeing too much. You're seeing mainly residential. You got a little bit of view of, you know, some of the other hotels around here, like the DoubleTree, the Wyndham, the Ramada. I did actually feature Wyndham and Ramada in another video, so make sure you go watch that one as well if you're looking for something a little bit more budget friendly. Again, decent view of, actually, what's the best way to do this? Okay, well, you can see Clifton Hill as well. That's where you're going to see more of your touristy things, like there's the Ferris wheel, some games, and lots of things like that. So that's over on that side over there. You've got the Skylon Tower, which again, I did do a video of that as well a couple years ago. The real view is on this side though. These are the breathtaking view of the Niagara Falls. This is going to be the American side, unfortunately. Now I say unfortunately because I think there's usually a little bit of a competition between the American side and the Canadian side, because the Canadian side, we have what they call the Horseshoe Falls. This side still is beautiful, absolutely breathtaking, but I think the Horseshoe Falls is really what's going to sell it for you if you want to come to Niagara Falls and see something amazing. At nighttime, they do illuminate the falls, which looks beautiful, and there actually are fireworks on certain days of the week as well, so those are really nice to check out. All right, guys, so we are only here for one night. It has been a minute since we've been here, and I'm really glad that we come back here. As mentioned, this is one of my most popular videos on my channel of the Hilton here in Fallsview. So I definitely wanted to show you guys another room option if you're planning on staying here. We did try to show you originally the more, I guess, budget-friendly option if you are planning on coming here, but that said, we couldn't help but take advantage of an upgrade. So this room is beautiful. I mean, there's a couple spots here and there that you could definitely do with a bit of maybe an upgrade here and there, a little touch here and there. But otherwise, it's a really nice room. It's very comfortable. I'll obviously fill you guys in more a little bit later, whether, you know, how we slept, things like that. I'm also going to get into things like the price, how to save a few bucks on parking, because parking here is not cheap, and I will get into that a little bit later as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end of this video. I'll give you guys a rundown of our stay here, of the, you know, prices, how to save a few bucks, as I mentioned. Otherwise, for now, we're starving. We just drove here from Toronto, haven't had much to eat today. We are going to go downstairs over the casino, find something to eat. Before I do that though, I would like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't already subscribed. I have a ton more of Niagara Falls videos for you to check out, whether you're looking for more budget-friendly hotels, whether you're looking for another room option at the Hilton, etc. Actually, even at the Fallsview Casino, I've got a room tour over there as well. So once again, I would really appreciate if you consider subscribing to the channel, sharing to the, you know, your friends if they're planning on coming to Falls, etc. For now though, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food. Okay, so I mentioned I was hungry, and fortunately, somebody left a green Skittle or M&M. The jury's out, but it's been left there for me anyway, so much appreciated. Sorry, so a couple things I forgot to mention. We are on the 41st floor, so in case you didn't catch that when Cody was coming in, we are on the 41st floor in room 61. But 40, oh my God, I can't talk. 41st floor, so that's why we do have these, you know, fantastic views. So if you do want to see like a better view of the falls, you probably do want to be higher, just because, you know, sometimes you can get trees or things like that in the way. So that's why we can see the falls very well. Another thing I will also mention is a couple things that did impress me. So when you do come into the room, there's this here with a QR code. This tells you you can talk, you know, text their support line. You can find out information about the Wi-Fi, things like that. So that's also really cool. I also got a text message within like minutes of getting into the room, you know, mentioning me personally, Mr. Right, this and that, and asking me, you know, how the room was, if everything was okay. So yeah, I like those little touch points. I think that's really smart. Makes you feel appreciated, makes you feel like they're, you know, paying attention, they actually care and they're listening. So that's a really cool thing to note anyway. All right, so it's super busy here tonight because there's a concert that always ends up happening here. Everything in the casino is basically full, so I ended up going to a place called Dine and Dash. So one of the newer places in the casino where you can basically just grab a sandwich, grab something to eat, and just dash. So I used my casino comps. I had $15. Ended up using that for a sandwich, which was $15. So I had to pay a little bit extra, and then ended up a little bit of a tip. So anyway, we're gonna try this sandwich out. I'm sure it's not gonna be that great. It's just grilled vegetables because I don't eat meat, so we'll see what it's like. All right, so I took a bite of the sandwich. It's grilled zucchini, grilled portobello mushrooms, grilled red onion, roasted red peppers, eggplant spread, baba ganoush, lettuce on a sub bun. Honestly, it's okay. It's not exciting. Once again, I don't eat meat, so you know, my palate is limited. I find that I'm so sick of grilled vegetables. As someone who doesn't eat meat, I found that's something that does tend to get thrown at me. So anyway, I'm gonna eat it because I'm hungry, and finish playing on Sink and Rich. Hopefully I win a little bit while I'm playing, so wish me luck. Okay, so that veggie sandwich was way too healthy, so I got a Craig's Cookie to combat it. The Craig's Cookie is delicious. I don't know if you guys know this, but Craig's Cookie just recently actually opened in Fallsview. Toronto-based company, really good. Go, make sure you go support, get a cookie. This one's Mr. Big, which is what I'm gonna be after I finish this cookie. All right, guys, quick little break, quick little outfit change. I never mentioned what show we're actually seeing tonight. So we're actually going to see the I Love the 90s tour. So that's going to feature Young MC, Color Me Bad, All For One, and of course, Mr. 90s himself, Vanilla Ice. So these tickets were comped by Fallsview Casino. So thank you so much for comping these tickets for us. Really appreciate it. We're going to check that out at the OLG stage, which is actually just downstairs at the Hilton Hotel. That's one reason why we chose this hotel, just for the convenience of that. I mean, there are other hotels around and whatnot, but it is nice just to go downstairs and go right to the show, and then when the show's done, you can come either right back up to go to bed, or go over to the casino, put a few bucks in, test your luck. Anyway, we are gonna go check out the show now, so yeah, see you at the show.
Ice, ice, baby, too cold, you say, too cold.
Okay, so we played a little bit in the casino. We're having a little late night snack at, I'm having bar burrito in the food court. Cody is having Burger King because health. I think after this, we're probably just gonna go back to the hotel, go to bed, relax the night. We were in the casino earlier. We didn't do the best, so I think it's time just to call it. Show was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. But anyway, after this, probably gonna go to bed. And yeah, stay tuned for my final thoughts in the morning. Take care. Good night. Okay, back in the room, but just quickly before we go to bed, I did want to mention that I did get another text from the Hilton. Sorry, let me just close. Sorry about that, technical difficulty. So it says, how is your stay so far? If at any time during your stay you cannot give us 10 out of 10 on a survey, our Make It Right team needs to hear from you. Guest services. So I think it's very interesting that they have a Make It Right team. That obviously means that they've, you know, started some kind of a team, as you will, that will make it right. So yeah, I think that's very interesting. I'm not gonna text them because we've had no issues, but I'd be curious to know, you know, if we had any issues, what they would do. So interesting to note. So yeah, I gotta say, Hilton Fallsview definitely seems to have stepped up the game since our last stay here. Now, I will mention also that we did book directly through Hilton as opposed to, you know, iTravel or Expedia or any other places. We booked directly through them. It was slightly more expensive to do it that way, but typically when you do that, you do have a little bit more rights, so to speak, that if you have an issue, they will address it. If you want, for example, an upgrade like we got today, you're more likely to get it. So that is one little thing to note. One thing I will mention, that there's there's advantages and disadvantages of booking directly with the hotel. You're probably going to pay a little bit more to book directly with the hotel, but you're going to find some incentives you know, this being one that they're texting you and following up, making sure everything's okay. You know, is your stay okay? Are there any problems? Anything you want to, you know, address? And again, having this beautiful upgrade at no extra charge. So it's a gamble. You know, I do tend to book both ways. Sometimes, you know, if I want to save some bucks, I will book through, say, iTravel or, you know, one of those discount sites. I can't think of off the top of my head. There was another one that's escaped me. But anyway, sometimes I will use those. Sometimes I will book direct, because you also do get points. So if you're, you know, a Hilton Honors member or Wyndham, you know, HIHG, whatever. Anyway, someone to know. Anyway, I'm tired. We just ate all that bar burrito. We're gonna go to bed. So stay tuned. Final thoughts tomorrow morning. Talk to you then. Good night. Good morning, campers. We are getting ready to check out of the Hilton at Fallsview, but of course, before we go, I've got to give you guys my final thoughts. So as I mentioned before, this is definitely one of my favorite hotels in the Fallsview neighborhood. You know, this place and where the casino is, definitely my top two. But of course, that does come with a price, which I will get into in a little bit. So let's start with our check-in experience. There is usually a pretty long line at the check-in for Hilton for some reason. It did move pretty quick, so if you do see that line, don't get too intimidated. It did move, but yeah, there usually is a pretty big line up there. We were checked in by Michelle, who was really, really nice, very friendly. You know, was able to get us a better room, which we really appreciated. We did give her a little tip to say thank you. So yeah, big thank you to Michelle. It was, we love the room. As mentioned, we did originally booked just a regular king room with a stand-up shower, nothing too fancy. And then we were upgraded to this room with, you know, it's very spacious. No complaints really. Like I said, there's a few little touches here and there that, you know, could maybe use a little bit of an upgrade, but otherwise that's just me being picky. The room itself is pretty nice. You've got pretty much everything you need and then some. Views are spectacular. Obviously, I would love to see the Horseshoe Falls as well, but we are in the North Tower. So in this tower, you're probably gonna see more so of the US side of the falls, but again, still beautiful views, really happy. I will say though, the shower wasn't my favorite. It was one of those handheld ones, which I do typically like when you can, you know, take them off and sort of wash all your nooks and crannies and everything. I did find that it was a very small stream though, and it was so high up that I just felt kind of like almost cold because it was such a big shower area too, because you had that huge tub and everything. Wasn't my favorite, but you know, again, just, you know, looking for things to be a little bit picky about. And there was a little bit of, you know, I don't know if it's mold or whatever that, you know, black stuff was in the bath. So a little bit of that could use a little bit of a cleaning. But like I said, otherwise, these are just some picky points. I mean, I love the fact that we have the mini fridge, love the fact that we have the coffee machine. You know, we've got all the creature comforts we need. Bed was pretty comfortable. And again, these panoramic windows are just beautiful, and I love them. You do have some restaurant options in the Hilton. One being Brasa, there's, you know, a couple lounges, etc. We didn't take advantage of those. We did eat in the casino, as you saw earlier, because I had some comps. Thought, let's just get it over with. Not get it over with, but let's just use those up so they don't go to waste, because they do expire monthly. So us being here, we are at the end of a month, so figured may as well use those, or else we're going to lose them, right? So yeah, just ended up having that. Haven't eaten in here, so can't really judge that. But like I said, there are a few options if you are looking just to stay sort of on campus. I do like the fact that there is a walkway from Hilton over to Fallsview. So if you're, I mean, I don't even think we went outside at all this this weekend. So if you don't want to, you don't have to, because like I said, there are a couple walkways. There's another walkway this way. You know, as I said, we saw the concert last night as well, which again, thank you to Fallsview for the comp tickets for the I Love 90s tour. It was so much fun. We did miss Young MC. We got there just a little bit too late. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see him, but everybody else called me bad. All for One, Vanilla Ice, of course, put on a great show. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, as I said, the OLG stage is connected as well. So we are able just to go right downstairs, super convenient. There is another walkway as well, closer to, which is now the Wyndham. So that way that'll take you to like the parking lot of Fallsview, basically. Now to touch on parking. Parking here is not cheap. It varies if you are here during the week or on a weekend. Being as we are here on a weekend, self-parking is $50, guys. And that's like outdoor kind of thing. That's not even really protected in their indoor parking area. Their indoor parking is $80 a night on a Saturday, like unbelievable. And then valet is $100. So, you know, in some cases that's like the price of a room at some of the hotels around here. So it's a little bit expensive, and you know, I don't know. There are other places around that you can park, like some of the other hotels, for example, you can park for a bit cheaper. I mean, yes, your car will be outside, so, you know, use caution, I guess, with that as well. We actually parked over at the casino, at Fallsview Casino, and just walked over across the bridge. Now, I will say, when it comes to parking there, for the longest time, it used to be free as long as you had a casino card, and even if you just played like 10, 20 bucks, anything, right? Just a little bit of money in the casino, you tend to get free parking. It does seem over the last couple years they have changed that since the new owners have taken over. So you do need to be, I believe, at least the second tier of their rewards system. So fortunately, I am at the second tier. I think my mom is at like the third tier. So, you know, I can always be cheeky and use her card if need be. But yeah, so basically you can park in their like what they call VIP area. So that's kind of handy as well. So we did get parking for free. Now, as I said, that's not going to be the case for everybody anymore, unfortunately. So be aware of that. If you do have a casino card, you are at least at the second tier, which I believe the card is purple. If you are at the second tier, then you can park in there for free, not to worry. Or like I said, find another lot around here. I mean, some of them are like 15 bucks, 20 bucks, etc. Again, your car will be outside, exposed to the elements and whatnot. But yeah, just look around. If you want to just make it easier, just park here. You're going to pay a premium, but at least it's convenient. Another thing I was really impressed with the Hilton is all the extra little touch points. Like we got, you know, a couple of text messages from them. They were probably automated, of course, but that's fine. Like, gives you the opportunity that if there is a problem, you know what to do. But it's nice that they seem to care. We got, like I said, at least 2 text messages after we checked in, just to make sure everything was okay. You know, the check-in process was okay, the room's okay, any problems, etc., etc. So I did appreciate that, and yeah, A plus for that. We did also wake up to our bill already being slipped under the door, which is nice, and some nice cardstock paper there. So that's nice. At least you already checked out. You've got your sort of portfolio. You know that there's not going to be any extra charges on there. But that does lead me into the price. This is not a cheap property. As I mentioned, we are here on a Saturday. I wouldn't say it's their off season, because Niagara Falls doesn't really have an off season anymore. There's always something going on. Like, for example, the concert last night. It used to be that summer, you know, that was when the peak, right? But Niagara Falls has done a good job over the last few years of kind of making it an all year kind of destination. You know, if you are going to be here, say during the winter months, you get to see, you know, the beautiful lights everywhere. They do a great Christmas show, for example, at Fallsview Casino. So there's a lot of elements that they've sort of included over the last little while that have definitely made it, I guess, that a year-round destination. You are definitely going to find more expensive times than others, so this probably is not going to be one of their more expensive times. It is a long weekend. We are here at just the beginning of spring, but still, it hasn't been crazy busy. This is more of like a family type weekend, so I guess probably people are more so, you know, with their families than, you know, gallivanting over to Niagara Falls. But anyway, getting into the price. So as I said, we just booked a standard king room, very basic, sort of the bottom tier kind of thing. We were upgraded, yes, at, you know, complimentary, which was really great. But all in all, the price that we're looking at for just one night in the standard king room on a Saturday was $235.87 after taxes. And again, that does not include parking. You know, the room itself was $187.22. That was actually with a discount as well. So I do encourage you, sign up for Hilton Honors Rewards if you aren't already signed up. Always take advantage of those hotel options. You know, if you have any types of, you know, like Wyndham Rewards or IHG or whatever they are, always sign up for those, because there's always going to be incentives, whether you're earning points, whether you can use a faster check-in line, whether you know, get a bit of a discounted rate. Always check into those programs. Like, I definitely recommend it. I think we only saved a few bucks by having it, but still, that's a couple extra bucks for me to, you know, blow on the casino or whatever, right? So something to consider. Now, as much as I do love the Hilton, you are in a fantastic location. The rooms are all pretty decent. It's just a convenient place to stay, especially if you are going to the OLG stage or you're going to the casino or whatever. I do have a couple little gripes that I did want to mention. The main one being the elevator situation. So I forgot to actually mention that in my last video that we did at the Hilton a couple years ago, but the elevators here are not the best. You will tend to wait for them for quite a while, so my recommendation would be to press the button to go up and down. Even if you want to go down to the, you know, the lobby or whatever, press the button to go up, because you're more likely to get another elevator coming up to another floor. And at least if you hop on that one, yes, you have to take a bit of a ride up, at least you can come back down again and you're on the elevator. Otherwise, if you're, you know, waiting for the elevator to come down and actually have room for you, you're going to be in trouble. The funny thing as well is they actually did give us this little thing that says possible elevator delays, and it gives you like peak times of when it is busier, when it's a little less busy, etc. It looks like they are doing something about it to try and modernize the process, so that is great. I'm glad that they have, you know, acknowledged that and they are doing something about it. But it does look like that they, yeah, you can see that there are a lot of red in there, especially, you know, checkout times, or, you know, times when people are going for dinner, things like that, which makes sense, right? So I am actually not looking forward to having to find our way back down again, because we are on the 41st floor, so we got a bit of a ride. One other gripe that I have, and this is not exclusive to Hilton, and actually I didn't even experience this at Hilton, this was just during our stay, and just in general, I feel like the tipping culture has gotten a little bit out of hand. And, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, for example, we went to Craig's Cookies yesterday, and my cookie was like $3.50 or something like that, and somehow I still managed to tip $1 on that for the person to literally just, you know, put it in a bag and just hand it to me. So I do think it's getting a little bit out of hand. Even like you know, we went to Dine and Dash and I got that sandwich. The sandwich was pre-made, pre-wrapped. Literally the person that just grab it and just hand it to me, and then there was still a tipping option on that as well. And, you know, all around, I just feel like, you know, it's getting a little excessive. I understand if you're going out for a meal and someone's coming and taking your order, and, you know, you're, you know, serving you literally, that definitely a tip is deserved in a situation like that. But I don't know, for me personally, if someone is literally just putting something in a bag and handing it to you, do they really deserve a tip? I don't know. Anyway, comment below, let me know what you guys think. That's just my opinion. But is this spot right for you? I would definitely say, if you are not necessarily a budget conscious traveler, if you are looking for convenience, if you're looking for, I don't want to say luxury, but I would say, you know, we're considering where we are and the other options around, this is probably one of your more luxury type properties, then this is definitely a spot for you. If you're looking to save a few bucks, you're barely in the room, don't really care where you sleep, you just want, you know, a place to rest your head, cheap as possible, this is definitely not going to be your place. Hilton for me is just a really convenient location. You're sort of in the heart of the Fallsview neighborhood. You're in walking distance to a lot of places. They've made it really convenient with these walkways, you know, to and from the casino. If you're in the casino, you can come back, and the fact that the theater's in here as well, really convenient. Just take an elevator downstairs and you can go right to the concert area. Lots of restaurants on campus, etc. It's just a very convenient area that you don't even need to go outside. Like I said, I mean, you are in Niagara Falls, so you probably do at some point want to go actually down the hill to go and look at the falls. I mean, you probably should, but for someone like me who does come here somewhat regularly and is, you know, fairly close by, that, you know, going to the falls, I don't necessarily feel like the need to go to the actual falls. So I feel like someone like me who just maybe wants to come here, go to a show, go to the casino, I feel like it's good for that type of an environment. You know, especially, you know, with Canada, we get, you know, some crazy weather sometimes, whether it be really cold, snow, rain, etc. So it's nice to sort of be protected from the elements using the walkways, etc. Anyway, that is probably going to do it for this video. I'm sure I've probably forgotten something, so if I have missed anything, please don't hesitate to leave some comments below. It's really helpful for other travelers because they probably have the same questions that you have. It's also really helpful for me because any interaction you have with my videos, whether you're commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, why not? Please consider subscribing. There's a little button in the corner there. I would really appreciate it. It all helps with, you know, keeping this channel going. You know, it's totally free for you, and obviously helps me keep delivering this free content to you. I've got tons more Niagara Falls videos. If you are, you know, a Vegas lover, I've got a lot of Vegas videos, more to come. We're actually heading there very shortly for another, I believe, 8 or 9 days. So lots of content coming your way as well. Lots of content already on the channel. I actually have little playlists set up. I don't know if you guys have actually gone on my channel and seen that. So if you're looking just specifically for Niagara Falls, I have a Niagara Falls playlist. If you're looking for Vegas, I got a Vegas playlist, etc. So go check that out. See if there's maybe a playlist for, you know, an upcoming travel destination that I already have set up for you guys. Anyway, yeah, we are nearing checkout time, and I still gotta pack my stuff, so I better go do that. Once again, it's been Daniel Spotlight, and we'll see you in the next one.